welcome back. Today I have a guest, my little brother Jacob, and he's going to help me read today. Today we're going to be reading Chapter 13 of The Secret Soldier. Adventure Again. Deborah was 41 years old and still restless. Sometimes she taught in a school nearby, but that was not enough for her. By then, her fame was well known. Her amazing story had begun to be told right after she had got out of the army. Her adventures had been printed in a New York newspaper. They were told again in newspapers in Massachusetts. Everyone wanted to know about Deborah's life as Robert Shirtliff, the soldier. She gave her first talk in Shannon, her hometown. It was a big success. There's a picture. She decided to give talks in other places, cities like Boston, Providence, New York. Ben did not stop her, but he would not go with her. He would stay home with the children and work on the farm. Deborah Sampsons was one of the first women in this country to travel alone and give talks for money. She made all the travel arrangements and took care of every detail by herself. She put notices in the local paper. Tickets may be had at the courthouse from 5 o'clock till the performance begins. Price, 25 cents. Children half price. She put on her old uniform and spoke about her adventures. She spoke against war. She told how she felt when she could not help the men around her who had been shot. I looked upon these scenes, she said, as one who looks like a drowning man without being able to extend a hand. She said she could not understand why men fought. My young mind wanted to understand why men should rage against his fellow men, to butcher or to be butchered. She kept a diary. May 5th, 1802. When I entered the hall, I must say I was much more pleased at the appearance of the audience. It appeared that almost every face that they were full of unbelief. I mean, in regard to being the person that served in the Revolutionary Army. She kept a record of all the money she had to pay out. Albany, August 31st, 1802. To old keykeeper, $2. To Mr. Bower for printing, $3. To Mr. Lester for finding candles, $1.34. To sweep the courthouse, 48 cents. For cleaning the candlesticks, 20 cents. For brushing the seats, 17 cents. For dressing of my hair, $1. To boarding, $6. To washing, $1.34. Some of the money she earned, she sent home. I hope my family makes good use of it, she wrote. Sometimes she makes visits to her old army friends. Once she stayed in the old home of General Patterson and his wife. But she began to miss her family, more and more. Oh dear, could I but one more see my dear children, she wrote in her diary. She was getting tired of travel from place to the next. Besides, her legs hurt her, especially when she was tired. The next year she came home for good.
2 years later, in 1805, the government voted to give money to the soldiers who had been wounded in the war. Deborah received her share, and 13 years later, the government gave her more money. She got $8 a month until she died on April 29th, 1827. At the age of 67. More than 100 years after she died, she was not forgotten. A worship was named after her today in Sharon, Massachusetts, in the house she lived in with Ben and her children. Still stands in the quiet cemetery. A marble tablet has been put in her honor. Nearby is Deborah Sampsons Street named for the daring young woman who looked for adventure and found it.
Thanks for tuning in today, guys. Bye.
Great job.